Riot has increased minion move speed in the side lanes. What does this mean for Singed, a champion who is notorious for farming minions behind the enemy tower, a strategy known as proxying? Fear not, guys, because I am here with a brand new proxy guide for Season 13. I'm Inishcap1, a multi-season Challenger Singed main. This guide will have 3 sections. The first section will be a VOD review / replay analysis of a game that I played at Challenger and Grandmaster MMR. The second and third sections will be gameplay commentaries showing my decision making in the moment at Plat Elo in order to show you, dear viewer, that you are absolutely capable of proxy farming on Singed. But before we get into that, a quick message from our sponsor. Professor is the free app for League of Legends that will help you improve. As soon as the game starts to load, Professor pops up and shows you how your teammates have been performing recently, as well as their overall performance on their champion. Professor also gives you in-game timers on your mini-map to maximize your jungling clear efficiency, and also knowing where to improve next. The in-game performance tracker also shows you where you're doing well and exactly what you need to improve on. There's even a summoner spell tracker, which you can use to track enemy summoner spells. The best part is that when your teammates have Professor, you can sync all of your timers together. Don't miss out on your chance to improve. Please click on my link in the description or pin comment to download Professor for free today. Alright boys, let's go ahead and get started. So this game, I am versus a Kennen. I did Hex Flash Predator, TP Flash. TP is buffed this patch. It unlocks at 10 minutes. I did do a boot start. Normally you don't do this anymore because people have wisened up to the idea of the Singed level 1 Predator invade, but my team wanted to invade, so we go ahead and try. Melio basically just knocks me back, and then they go flash for flash. So I want to highlight what I would normally be doing here. What I would normally be doing is I would normally be standing over here, and then slowly working my way down on whenever I'm starting red side. I would walk and try from level 1, then I would walk down here, and I would look see if Kennen is standing here. If he's not standing here, I would poke up a little bit and see if he's in this bush and he hits me. If he's not, then walk up a little bit more and see if he's standing in this bush or in this area and if they hit me. Or just drop a ward over here and then make sure that the enemy jungler is starting there or not. Sometimes you don't even want a ward though, because an enemy jungler will oftentimes back from Oracle's lens that will actually be unlocked or off cooldown by the time that they're even ready for this camp, so it just depends. Either way, I don't know for sure where Kennen is, and so because we invaded, I'm gonna pause for a second, because we invaded down here, there was a chance that they counter invaded right here. So I wanted to walk through my jungle and see if they were there. They weren't there, but you never really know. They could have just camped the bush, right? So instead I choose to go for lane. But if the game starts normally, you can poke for level 1 invade like that and get around the wave. I walk up, and Kennen is not with the wave, so immediately I'm going to go ahead and start wave clearing level 1. I don't have additional AP at level 1, but there's no Kennen there. Like, I can still push the wave pretty fast as Singed, right? That's kind of just what Singed does. If you leave him with the wave uncontested, it's gone. It's gone. Right? It's gone. You have to contest Singed on waves if you're the enemy champion. Don't tell them I said that. I'm not leaking information, I swear. So the minion move speed changes. These minions are already here. Something I want to highlight, I'm going to rewind a bit. Minions coming out of the fountain, or out of the Nexus, they start at 439 movement speed, and they actually gradually slow down. So they slow down right about here in between tier 1 and tier 3 and tier 2. Then they slow down again in between tier 2 and tier 1, down to 415, I believe. And then as they get into the lane, they slow down to 400, then they go down to 325 whenever they enter combat. Or whenever they enter the midpoint lane right there, the middle of the lane. Either way, they get to the lane sooner, but they still only spawn every 30 seconds. So while the rhythm of the proxy is different, it's faster now, it's faster paced. The cadence is the same. The waves are still only every 30 seconds, but the amount of time that you have to think about your next step is less. So those of you who have been practicing your proxy will be fine this patch. In fact, you'll probably be better off, because the enemy top, as you'll see this game, when you get chased by the enemy top laner, they lose more minions more quickly. Or not more minions, but they will lose minions more quickly. And so in the long run, if they do that enough, they're going to lose way more than they normally would, because the minions get to the tower a few seconds faster, and that adds up, right? It's more punishing for them to chase you. But that's just part of the changes of the mini movement speed. Another change is as you're approaching the level 2, second wave here, they will be near the tower a lot quicker, so be careful. I wasn't able to actually aggro those 2 minions, so not that big of a deal. I still get level 2 off this wave, and I know that Graves is here because Kennen was late to lane. That means he leashed. Only leashes if he's on blue side, right? So Graves is around the corner. He autos me. As soon as he autos me, I'm just going to fling and run away. With that amount of damage, with not having any AP, I can't clear the wave. I don't have enough mana. I don't have enough damage. But I don't need to clear the wave. This is another thing you can do as Proxy Singe, especially in the early game. This is very potent and very helpful. I run back around and I grab the wave. No poison. All I'm going to do right here is just walk the wave down as far as I can and then execute. Because if Graves overstayed here, then he's going to end up losing jungle clear efficiency. So I just assume that he's gone because I left, or he thought that I left. But what ends up happening is, now I'm going to have one wave under this tower because he's last hitting minions, right? But this next wave, you see how fast they're moving up? They're gonna crash, or they're gonna merge right here at the same time. So what's gonna end up happening is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there, 7 minions with the cannon minion, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minions on the next wave. That is a 13 minion wave. Pay attention to CS numbers. Kennen is level 3. He is the same as CS as me. He is losing minions under his tower already. I'm level 2, also 9 CS. Assuming Kennen perfectly last hits this wave, I'm still going to be ahead of him. Because by the time I'm back to lane, I have a 13 stack minion wave to clear. I'm going to miss a few, but I'll be ahead of him. So demat one of the cannons there just to make sure I get it early. You don't have to do it in the lane if you don't want to. You can actually recommend to save it for behind the tower to nuke them faster, but this is okay. The wave is just so big, right? So I actually end up grabbing most of the wave, and now I am 17 CS to his 13. I missed a bunch of those too, so that's pretty good. But like I said, I'm down in level, but I'm up in CS, but I will be even in level here. The reason why he's above me in level here is because he was absorbing under the tower and I wasn't. So I end up missing, I also missed 2 that didn't aggro me because the minions move faster, but that's okay. So here I see that we are fighting on Scuttle. I walk down. I wanted to go around and try for the proxy, but they shoot the thing, so someone's standing right there, the plant. I can't actually catch this wave because the minions are moving so much faster, so I'm just going to go ahead and double back and walk up through here. No problem. I have another DMAT. I'm going to go ahead and burst this cannon right here. This is super useful in these earlier stages of the game where you can just DMAT a cannon and push the wave a lot faster than normally would. DMAT is actually quite nice versus range. I quite like this rune page versus range, so I should show the rune page. I did take Hex Flash DMAT because I am versus a ranged matchup. You don't have to do this. You can go second wind if you want, but I really enjoyed this versus Ken. I thought it felt pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and recall here. I don't know where their jungler is. Someone was in the area on that plant. So I don't know who it was, but I'm just gonna go ahead and leave. I debated on buying a blasting one, but I ended up buying catalyst components instead because I wanted the flat HP and what did I say, MR mana parts of it to just have more of a little bit of a longer laning presence. But yeah, he's been farming the entire time and he's up 2 CS on me now. I've recalled like 3 or 4 times. I've been proxying. I made Graves waste time. I made Zed come top right. Fling here for a little bit of poke. The Xin wants to gank on the next fling, so I'm gonna go ahead and wait for my fling. Also with DMATs on Singe, you want to put 1 second. Flash Fling Predator on the cannon. He sees Xin, he flashes immediately. All good, no problem. With Singed, you almost always want to put all 3 of your DMATs on cannons. The reason why is because Singed can clear normal melee and range minions very quickly. He cannot clear cannons very quickly. Their health is too high. So if you are running DMATs, they are really nice to put on cannons. It just makes you kill them a little bit faster. Didn't buy anything on the back. Just going to go ahead and I don't even need to buy anything here. If you're low on health or mana, you just go ahead and back on Singed. Unless you are in a position where your TP is about to come up, in which case you can stay and maybe try and greed for a wave or 2, but I wouldn't recommend it. Back to lane, just going to go ahead and start clearing. Not DMATting this cannon, just go ahead and last hit with Fling. Now we'll walk the wave in. Poison along the way. So right here I'm watching for Kennen's teleport, I believe. And I see that he gets to lane, so I go ahead and ping it right there because he's in lane way too quickly. One thing I want to highlight here, so watch this, okay? I don't even need to Hex Flash here because I could probably just run around here and catch this wave. That's the thing. I'm gonna choose to Hex Flash because I'm still kind of like learning the patch, but after like reviewing everything, like I'm pretty sure I don't need a Hex Flash there if I want to get it. It's just nice to have the inspo versus range, though, in case I do need Hex Flash. Like, this is what I was saying before. The speed of the minions has increased, but they're still only coming every 30 seconds, right? So if I rewind a bit, and I'm clearing this wave right here, the next wave is still going to spawn at the same time that it normally would. Except I can push this wave sooner than I normally would. Right? So, knowing that in your head, you can still catch these waves. Yes, it's harder. Like, if I didn't Hex Flash here, I would probably barely catch it. I would catch it, right? but it would be close. Right here, the cannon walks down immediately, and he already loses a minion for it. I pop R because, I mean, Graves might be here, you never know, and I'm chunked to like half. I made the right decision. Graves was in fact there, so go ahead and pop my ult, fling him away. If I need to run away, I can. Did I die here? I don't remember. Cannon is flanking me on the right. Graves is over here. I W the cannon? Oh, okay, I remember what happened. Yeah, I remember what happened. So, I'm moving away from the Graves. And I nuked the cannon with DMAT. I still died, but Cannon didn't get an assist, and I want you to watch this. Watch this, watch this. While he's chasing me, how many minions does he lose? Because the wave gets... Look, he clears this wave, and he assumes that he can go help. But watch how fast the next wave is already here. It's already here, right? So he's gonna end up losing minions while I'm just over here. I'm farming. I even get my cannon. He misses 1 minion. He misses 2. I'll fast forward a bit. He misses 3. He misses 4. He missed 4 minions, right? 4 minions. He didn't even get an assist. He didn't get a kill. He misses 4 minions. I am like, should not be ahead of him in farm this game, but I am. And considering that my team is going even, and we even got a dragon off that because we saw that Graves was top because my jungler was proactive and decided to do dragon. That's great. I'm ahead of him in farm. It's awesome. As far as XP goes, I think he's slightly ahead of me in XP. Not for long. You guys will see. Get my catalyst. Go ahead and go to buy Amp Tome here as well, just to have that regen. Cannon pushing the tower. He gets a plate off of me. I believe so. Yeah, he does. No problemo. Pushing the wave here. Trying to be careful when looking for the proxy. I should always talk about this. I need to mention this. I made a bunch of videos on this topic, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it here anyways. The purpose of proxying, again, I have talked about this before, but the purpose of proxying is just to have a rhythm priority over your enemy laner. What I mean by rhythm is that you are able to back and buy items to get an item advantage more often than your opponent and gain micro advantages in the lane. Hex flash over the wall here. And gain micro advantages in the lane over your opponent, make it harder for them to kill you, and also potentially draw jungle aggression towards your lane and away from your teammates while you try to survive. So Cannon is chasing me again here. I W him. Watch how fast the next wave is. He cannot chase me like you normally would have been able to last patch. Before, enemy champions, they could just run after you for days, but now the minions get here so fast, it's very hard for him to actually do that, which is awesome. But yeah, the purpose is just to gain like a rhythm and advantage over your opponent. Gain like a tempo advantage. I think tempo is a better word for that. Gain a tempo advantage. And make sure that, I know that enemy Graves was pinging them that much. But make sure that you're just able to be at places before the enemy. Here's Kennen chasing after me again. I think he just is upset that I'm proxying so well. I'm even in CS, which should really never happen with Kennen. But I just pop my R, grab the plant, and I'm out. And he has lost 1. Did he lose a cannon there? Did he? Not a cannon wave, but he does lose at least 1 minion so far that I've seen. Alright, so minion loss. He loses 1. He loses 2. He loses 2 minions there. That's 44 gold he would have had if he just didn't chase me there. He didn't get anything out of it. He blew his ult, that's it. But a downside for me, though, is look how fast these minions are. I end up going back in for the proxy because my ult's running, but I end up missing these 3. Not the worst thing in the world, because I think overall it is fine that I missed those 3 because he also missed a bunch, but something to consider, right? All right, looking around for the next wave. Like I said, you have to make these decisions a bit faster. Can I get behind this wall? Can I get behind the jungle? Can I clear this wave and get into the jungle again to hide for the next wave? You have to make these decisions a bit faster now. I think that's part of the reason why Singed win rate did go down this patch. I don't think he's weaker. I just think that people are having struggles adapting to this. So the reason why this is a very small optimization, but the reason why Hex flash this wall, look at their vision, watch their vision here. This is a very, very, very unknown spot, and I'm leaking it on my YouTube channel. You can Hex flash here, and they will not see you, right? Look at that. They don't see me recalling, but I'm literally in their base. This spot right here, they won't see you, and this spot right here, they won't see you. Conversely, this spot right here, they won't see you. And this spot right here, they won't see you. All right, something to bear in mind. It's you can potentially get away like that, and they will be left wondering where did they go. Like assuming Zed might have been over here or Graves might have been over here, they wouldn't know I'm in this spot, right? It has to be in that exact spot though, but you can make yourself invisible technically, which is cool. I have a 10-minute Rod of Ages here versus a ranged champion. My CS is really good. I should not be this high of CS at all versus Kennen. He should be up like 40, 50 CS on me, but I've been macroing so well this game, I've been CSing so well and proxying so well that he's not able to get the advantage that he normally would have over a Singed. And this is another part of the reason why proxying is so important on Singed, is versus these super hard matchups like Kennen, Jace, Gnar, Teemo. Maybe not Akshan, because Akshan's a bit of a abomination, but versus all these range matchups, like, you can sometimes maintain your farm if you're able to be a better macro-minded player than your opponent, right? You can maintain these levels of CS that you just normally wouldn't be able to. Right here, he wants to back and use his teleport to get to lane, but I'm stopping him with my W because I can do that now. Thanks, Riot, I appreciate it. Then we just start clearing wave. Alright, so I am, what's my XP bar? I'm about halfway to 10. He's about 2/3 to 10. So he's a little bit ahead in the XP, but not the biggest deal in the world still. I get around, I don't even Hex Flash that time because I have my flash up, and I'm still able to grab the entire wave. So if you have priority in the lane, and you have tier 1 boots, even with the new minion speed, if you're red side, you can get around. You just have to be very fast and make your decisions quickly. There's like very little time now for you to stop and think. It's totally possible. You absolutely can do it, but there's just less time to think. You have to really know what you're doing, and that's why practice will be key. It's also part of the reason why I'm making this guide for you guys, so you can like understand the decisions better. Kennen walks into the bush here to try and scout for me. I don't really know what he's doing. I guess he... Oh yeah, he jumped over the wall to try and gank mid. I believe he gets the gank off, but I'm proxying, so I mean he's gonna lose quite a bit for this. Besides getting the kill, I think he does get the kill, but all good. I see he's not there, and I see him mid ganking the Zoe, so I just go ahead and push for plates. He gets a kill on her, but I get 1 plate. Do I get 2? Nope, just the 1. All good. That's still worth it for me. The best I could do in that situation. He did lose a full wave, even though I got a kill in mid. He just made up for it by taking that wave, so it's like kind of a net neutral, but the minions let me take the plate, so it's kind of a net positive for me. All good. Did not get tier 2 boots yet. Building towards Rally's components. Rally's very good this game. I think I built Rally's, yeah. But they're 4 ranged champions plus a melee assassin. They don't really have any health pools that are meaningfully disrupted by Demonic Embrace, so Rally's is quite good. Second item here, plus 2.8k Mythic, 2.6k Rally's, very cheap build. 600 HP plus 450 HP, a lot of HP. Alright, looking for the teleport here at 14 minutes exactly, which is actually unleashes the 10, but that's okay. Put the W on Melia, get him, fling Jinx, and then he gets auto by Nautilus and just ran down. Easy TP gameplay. So Graves and Xin are fighting. Did I stay here? I believe I did stay here. We were attacking the tower. My Xin doesn't see the minions died and then dies to the tower. Okay, all good. I popped my ult to try and clear this wave because I thought that we were going to dive the Graves. I didn't notice that Xin died until he actually died. But Graves tries to fight me here, not understanding that I am a Singed ulted with Rod of Age with level advantage. Even though my health bar is half, I still had about 800, 900 there, which is almost his full HP bar, so... He autoed me once, took a lot of health out, but Nautilus is with me here, so... Fling, auto, run through the Q, he flashes on me, W, he doesn't kill me there, I'm now at 20 HP, body block with the Nautilus, and he goes down. Very, very nice. So he goes top to deal with the Kennen, she chunks him super hard, he flashes out, and then she flash, kills him, very nice. I think I ended up killing bot tier 1. I do kill bot tier 1 here. There's that. Alright, cool. 134 CS to Kennen's 136. You know, it seems like being even is not good, but I'm telling you guys, versus if you've ever played Singed versus a ranged champion, being even in farm is really, really, really good. It is not easy playing Singed versus ranged, so being even in farm is excellent, especially the fact that I even have kill participation. I have 3 KP, he has 1. So, Roa Rylai's here, I have 2.4k HP. Roa's not even fully stacked, but eventually it will be. Our team is forcing Herald. Right here, I see the Zed is like consistently poking up towards top. So I just want to see what he's doing. He's trying to go for the tower, but I'm here and he definitely cannot kill me. Not easily anyways. Plus I have Rally, so if he jumps on me, he's going to kind of be committed to the fight, sort of. Alright, I pop Predator. Xin wants to go on this guy. Pop my R. Predator is dashing. My W down and try and get him here. Fling him away. He ults me, so I try and run him back into Xin. He flashes out. Okay, all good. We're going to back off a bit. Except not, because I have flash and we're dropping Herald on tier 2. Walk past tower. I think, yep. Flash Fling, kill. He ignites me to try and get Nimbus Cloak, I believe. But, yeah. You can't out Nimbus Cloak a Flash unless you have Ghost. So, he's dead. Very nice. Now I am ahead of Kennen in CS one more time, on 150 to his 145. I have more kills, I have more assists, I have more tower plates, I have more towers, I have more total gold. Total gold actually is 7,000 on me to his 6,800. I think that also goes to show just how important CS actually is. Like, I have all of this, but I'm only ahead, apparently, by 200 gold, so... Still, being ahead is good, right? Ahead is good. If you are able to consistently do this across a very large number of your games, like generate CS leads, keep tempo, don't int, right? If you just do these things, it might not be like you're going 50-0 every game, right? You're not generating these huge KDAs, but you're going to end up climbing consistently in the long run because you are approaching the game at a fundamental level much better. And when you have your fundamentals down perfect, then you can start to expand your horizons and do some of the more crazy shit that you guys see me doing all the time. Or not just on Singed, but on any champion, right? It doesn't only apply to one tricks, but it applies to any character where you can start to do more of the crazy stuff and really start to like kind of mess around with like the fabric of the game and how far you can really push yourself in doing certain different wacky things, right? Again, not just on Singed, but on any champion. But learning the fundamentals does come first. There's no real shortcut to that. Even in proxying, there's no shortcut. Well, this video is kind of a shortcut, but TPing towards bottom. They killed him anyways. I see Milio over here. I'm going to go ahead and pop Predator and just run after him. W gets hit. He snowballs me, or soccer balls me, but then Zoe shows up and he just kind of gives up. Yeah, grab that kill. Yeah, there's no shortcut to learning the game. There's no shortcut to learning Proxy. Except for this video, because I try and give a lot of like information here that will... It's not like a step-by-step-by-step guide. But the way that I'm trying to teach is I'm trying to help you, like, help inform your decision-making process, right? Like, why certain things are good, why certain things are bad, why you should do certain things when you see me doing them, why am I doing them, right? Like, this is all stuff that I have spent, like, years and years and years, like learning and kind of teaching myself. So being able to put all of that into, like, more concise formats like this, where people can kind of sit and absorb it, I think is one of the best things that I can contribute to this community, because back in my day, not to be old man finished, when you were trying to do an innovative strat like this, like, people called you a griefer. Like, people, I guess they might still, but it's much more widely accepted these days that you can just proxy. Like, players like Baus FFS have brought it more to like kind of a resurgence in the recent years, and us Singed players, we've always been doing this since like season 3. Zoe in mid here, she dies, all good. I can't really engage harder because Milio is throwing his kickball at me, or his soccer ball at me, so I just can't really go forward, but all good. Can't do much there. Don't even have my tier 2 boots yet, but I am still ahead of Kennen in CS, which is good. I'm actually worth a shutdown right now, which is kind of insane. Right here, the reason why I'm walking down while they're doing Baron is I just want to see what they're doing. I want them to think that I'm not Baroning. I want them to think I'm just, like, walking through here and then backing off, which I think worked because they didn't check us, and then we just kind of grabbed Baron. But yeah, there was a long while there for a couple of seasons, like a few years ago, like 2018, 2019 era, where people... I love how Zin can just one-shot Zed. Where people were really not fond of, like, off-meta strats, I remember, because, like, that was around when I, like, late 2019 was when I started YouTube. Like, as a more serious, I guess thing, I don't even know what to call it, as a more serious, like, subject for myself. And people were not very happy with, like, off-meta strats and stuff like that during that era. But as more people have come out recently, like people like Baus and stuff like that, as being proponents of off-meta strats, I mean, I think it's brought a lot more attention and legitimacy and, like, a good amount of, like, light to things like this, which I'm super okay with. Brexing is not really super important past laning phase. You can always abuse mechanics and stuff like that. Like, I could always, like, go in their base if I need to, right, and, like, double kill waves or double proxy waves and solve the game if I need to, but you don't really, like, do it that much post lane. The biggest situation where I could see you needing to proxy post laning phase is, say you're against a Hullbreaker Fiora, right? or a Hullbreaker Camille, or a Trundle Scion, whatever, right? And you cannot fight them under your tower because they're so damn tanky. What you can do... Sorry, hopping over the wall to kill these guys. What you can do instead is actually grab as much of the wave as you can under your tower, and then try and, like, walk around them. Like, say, for example, they're pushing me to here, right? And then they back off into fog and wait for their wave. Well, if I can do that, or if I can clear this wave and then walk around here and then get behind them and then proxy the wave while it's back here, then all of a sudden the Hullbreaker Split Pusher does not have a minion or a cannon with Hullbreaker to push with. They might chase you, and the Hullbreaker minion might be impossible to kill while they're near you, but then they're still not pushing your tower, right? So, like, you even post laning phase, there is still ways where you can, like, use your proxy to your advantage, because there's a concept on Singed that you can potentially apply to other things, right? Here is the Jinx just starting to kill my entire team. No problem. What can you do? She gets hooked and dies, though, so... It is what it is. We're doing inhibitor here. But yeah, another point I wanted to reiterate. Proxy is a tool in your arsenal. I've talked about this before in my other proxy guides. It is a tool in your arsenal. It is part of your bag of tricks as Singed. It is not your entire champion. There are situations where you don't really need to proxy, and you shouldn't be standing behind the tower farming more than one wave. If you can, I'd always recommend grabbing at least one wave behind the tower and then recalling immediately to have a tempo advantage over your lane opponent. But there are situations where you should not be just sitting behind the tower camped out and grabbing wave after wave after wave. It's situations like when you're dying, or when you're versus a lane matchup that you can easily kill, like a Gwen, or like a Malphite or something if you're running Conqueror, right? Things like this, where it's actually better for you to not proxy, and then you end up proxying, you can actually hurt yourself, right? So recognizing situations where you actually do need to proxy is important. Hard matchups, which is almost everybody. I say, like, I know it's like kind of hyperbolic, but I really do mean, like, since there's a lot of really bad matchups in top lane, and I think the champion in recent years has been balanced around the fact that he can proxy. Because let's face it, if Singed was not able to proxy, right? If Riot somehow just removed the ability to kill minions when they're behind the tower, if that was a thing, then Singed would need some of the most drastic buffs ever, in my opinion, to a champion to make him function in the lane. Because this champion is quite shit in lane. The reason why lower elo players, I think that Singed tends to be like annoying for them, or they perceive him to be like overpowered, is because in those games, like, people don't have the mechanical skill required to, like, CC lock a Singed, DPS him, kill him, space him, kite him, like all of these really things that higher elo players are very adept at, right? So I feel like people in lower elos tend to, like, find him difficult to deal with because they're just not able to do, like, those fundamental skills that everyone learns as they get higher elo to actually kill him easily, right? Yeah, something to consider, but I'm glad, that being said, I'm glad that Singed can proxy. I'm glad that my champion's able to do a unique strat like this that not a lot of champions are able to. Even though Scion and Tryndamere and Garen and champions like this can proxy, Singed is the only one who can do it from level 1, and Singed is the only one who can, as far as I'm aware, double proxy that well if you ever want to, right? And Singed is kind of like the originator of that strat anyway, so something to consider, and we will move on to the actual live gameplays. What is up, Wizards Manager Cap 1 here with the example game for blue side. This game is being played in Platinum. This is going to be a more generic approach towards proxying. As you can see, I am running Minion Dematerializer with Fleet Footwork, so a sustain base keystone. You can run always want to check here level 1 whenever you're starting blue side to see if they're guarding the proxy. In this case, they are. I don't actually recommend warding it, but for the purpose of a demonstration, I'm warding it just so you can see that Rammus is in fact guarding it. But I am taking Minion Dematerializer for the proxy on Singed. You want to demat 3 cannons, and you want to save them for when you're behind the tower, generally. And then, I'm not sure... Ah, I see, that makes sense. And then, if they deny the level 1 proxy like that, you really don't want to contest them over it, because you're going to take so much damage trying to get behind that tower. It's usually not worth it. Looks like this guy is wanting to tank the wave. I'm not exactly entirely sure. He doesn't have taunt yet, so... trying to force a freeze. Interesting. All we have to do now with the changes to minion movement speed, because the wave gets there to the lane a bit faster, you have to be careful you don't over push level 1 and end up getting frozen on right here. But my theory is that because the minions move faster, it will more likely freeze right here outside of tower range, so that is a slight change to your proxying method. Now, as you can see, whenever I push that wave near his tower, I can in fact get around the tower just fine. And begin my proxy here on the third wave. This is generally going to be most standard whenever they are guarding that tri-bush. So the reason why I said to save your D-mats for the cannons when you're behind tower is because you can see when you're behind tower, it's actually a lot harder to actually kill cannons than just being out in the open lane. Whenever we start another wave of proxy, we should be able to ghost as soon as you see him. Fleet for the movement speed. If he flashes, I die, but I think he's going to go. Okay. He skipped his red, so we just go ahead and recall here. No problem. Normally, I would expect him to actually kill his red, but he wanted to go for my summoner / kill, so that's totally fine. Alright, first back, you generally want to buy boots. You can go AP if you prefer. You always want to look and see what your enemy laner is doing. This guy is pushing, so I'll go ahead and teleport early. If he was not pushing like that, I probably wouldn't even TP. And then we're going to go ahead and maintain lane pressure and try and get as much farm in CS as possible. Currently, I am doing pretty okay on CS, a little bit lower than I would have wanted because I got bungled a bit by the Kazakhs. Stop his recall with your W, you can do that now, especially as Proxy Singed. You can come up behind the tower from here and stop backs. It's super useful, super nice. You can actually pressure plates that way as well. Harder versus taunt champions. See how he's walking down towards me right there? That means that Kazakhs is probably nearby, so you gotta be careful. That's why I backed off. Generally, they won't do that if the enemy jungler is not there, but in this case, we got behind the tower. See how fast the minions are moving very quickly? There is the Kazakhs I was worried about. W on the Kazakhs, get ready to die here. I'm probably going to get flashed on. Rip. I might actually be able to live. Rip. No, not quite, not quite. If Kiana didn't come up, then I probably would have lived, but that's okay. No worries. Rammus CS is 21, and I'm at 35, so for what it's worth, I am ahead in CS already. And sometimes you have to be ready to take these deaths. I generally do recommend going Swiftness boots if you are against a mixed damage team comp. Rammus is like kind of physical magic, and the physical, and then Xerath is magical. Tabby would be really great here, and against a comp like this, I probably would not go Merc Treads because they just don't have enough magic for it to really be worth it. But Tabby or Swifties, both are fine here. There's Rammus TP. We saw he TP. I'm gonna go ahead and time that with Professor. I can fling him off the wave and stop him from auto-spamming it, which is kind of nice. His defensive ball curl timer is based on chaining auto attacks, so leaving him unable to do that is actually quite nice. I should talk about items, by the way. I did go Dark Seal this game because I wanted to have a more representative approach to the runes people will take. You can't really walk under tower and auto plates against Rammus unless he just lets you like this, which is interesting that he's letting me do that. So I'll take it, cool. And again, DMAT cannons only when you're behind the tower to save you time while you're proxying. And then it's nearly time. Continue. Even with this low of mana, as long as it's not a cannon wave, assuming I have no dematerializers, as long as it's not a cannon wave, you can clear this, right? It is possible, but just gotta be careful. Always try and gauge where the enemy jungler is. In this situation, I saw Kazakhs goes bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and leave. Now, this is really important, what I'm about to do. This is really important. So, oftentimes, you're going to want to actually miss a minion. You want to walk next to a camp that you don't have vision of, and just try and get vision of it, so that way you can tell kind of where the enemy jungler is going to pass. So he just ganked bottom, and his blue is coming up. But because his topside camps are up, both of them are up, odds are he's probably going to end up coming topside on this next recall by the time I'm back in lane. So we have to be aware of that. As we are going for the next set of proxy. That Kazakhs will, hey, he'll probably be near me, so we got to be careful. Yeah, so there's the dragon, so he'll be most likely... I say most likely he was going to clear this way and go up through there, but my team died, so that kind of didn't work out. Whatever, it is what it is, right? No worries. All good. Here I don't want to push too fast because I can freeze it on myself if I'm not careful. So I'm actually going to wait. You can tell if you're going to freeze on yourself by watching the minions on your mini-map and seeing how far along they are. If you push too quickly, then they can Sort of a bad time. This guy's going Thornmail into me. Interesting. Okay, autoing cannon. Kazakhs will be nearby, gotta be careful of that. I'm not super worried, but something to be aware of. Alright, Krugs are up, which means he hasn't come by here yet. Gotta be careful of that. Clearing this wave. Now I have enough AP to like kind of just run away from the wave like that. You'll learn once you have a bit more ability power that it's easier to kite waves out. And when you have lower AP, you kind of have to stop and auto them, but that's part of the reason why blasting one early on is so valuable in Singed. Again, I'm just dropping that word there for the Kazakhs. Seeing if he comes out of the jungle that way, through that jungle, that base exit. He has not, so... What I'm going to do here, actually, is I'm going to force Herald with my Wukong, because I have cleared the wave behind tier 2. I should have ample time to help my jungler, clear these. Not sure about that one, but sure. I don't think chasing him is the correct play here. I'm just not entirely sure what he's doing. We can look for the Rammus here, maybe. I got the fling on Kiana. Can we kill her? Oh, huge Yasuo. Let's go. Triumph is proccing. Poison's off. Poison's back on. Run him down. Let's go. And we got the Herald off that. As you can see, we got a lot of pressure there off of the enemy Rammus being late to arrive because I proxied the wave behind the tower. I proxied over here. Then I ran straight to where my team was trying to make plays, and we started making plays. That's really important. And I'm going to stop and help my jungler to take this because he's low HP. I could tank it for him because I have fleet, but I don't really think it matters because he's a jungler and he gets sustained. I want to try and stay for local gold as well. You want to avoid last hitting it, but you do want to stay for local gold. That's very important. So look at the next creep wave here. This creep wave is on tier 2, meaning I don't want to push this too quickly, especially with I just saw Kazakhs on the map over there. I think it was Kazakhs. I don't remember exactly who it was. I saw someone on the map over there, right? So you don't want to push too quickly. Here's the next wave. We're going to just reset this by pushing it in. Here's Rammus. Alright, and we are out. No problem. I have TP up as well if I want to use it. I'm going to save it for my bot lane. Because you can, hopefully I can show you, you can TP out of a proxy, which is a very, very fun strat, because what it lets you do... I'm actually going to sell the potion here. And I'm going to wait for my Roa. Because what you can do is you can be proxying between tier 2 and tier 3, or even in their base, theoretically, and TP to a gank, and that gives, like, the enemy top laner such little time to respond to your proxy, which is super fun. So I'm going to save it. He might get a plate with his Demolish here. Whatever it is what it is. He does have Demolish. I'll check with Professor. He does have Demolish, so I might lose 1, maybe 2 here. We'll see. Not that big of a deal. To save the teleport for my bot lane, that is worth it. He's actually scared of me, so he's not even going to walk up. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, blue into red is mostly just the same. Besides, it's a little bit higher tempo that Xerath is walking towards mid. You gotta be careful here. I can move mid. He should probably just recall, yeah. Here's the TP I was talking about. It has been presented to me. Alright, they got him anyways, so we can look for an invade here. Actually, I think we should look for an invade. See if we can find something. Okay, looking at Kiana over there. I'm looking at Kazakhs over here. Okay, he's running. Kiana goes down, very nice. Rammus gets knocked up. Oh, the Xerath ult, or the Ezreal ult's brutal, man. Fling him out, very nice. Kazakhs is nearby, but Rammus, he's losing quite a bit. I am 98 CS to his, actually I'm 101 CS to his 80. Like I mentioned before, if people chase you now, they are punished a bit more because the minions will hit the tower faster. They're not going to lose more minions like as an absolute value, but they're going to lose more minions in practice because they're just going to be on top of the tower a little bit more quickly, right? Because what should happen in theory, I'm going to save that DMAtic like I said before. What should happen in theory is that the 2 minion waves, assuming no one's proxying, will just meet in the middle of the lane. But because you're proxying, what ends up actually happening is they get to the middle of the lane, then their movement speed resets to default values, and then they approach the tower anyway, so because they're hitting the tower faster, it ends up working out in your favor. He wants to taunt me off of this. And I got the play anyways. Make sure you use your emote to tilt them. That is quite important. They're going to force Dragon 2 here. Not that big of a deal. I am strong enough at this point where I can start taking camp, so I check for the red. Red is not there. No problem. I'm going to go ahead and take this Krug camp. Use your fleet to heal up on these. Kite it out. If you're not going to insta-kill them with Roa, you do have enough mana to just kind of spam these, which is super nice. Make sure you're kiting, though. You don't want to just stand in one spot and auto them. Kiting is to save the HP, mostly. Grab this wave. That one minion is moving very fast, so I did miss it, but it's okay. Kha'Zix will look at me here. He sees me being low HP, so I'm going to feint right, but I'm actually going to move left and look to recall here. The reason why you feint right there is because there is a small amount of lingering vision. He got to play out because I missed that minion. There's a small amount of lingering vision after you kill a minion or enter Fog of War, or leave like a ward, or like kill a ward is what I meant. And that can allow people to track you. So sometimes you want to fake your movement a little bit. So I faked like I was moving right, then when the vision despawns on me, I just move left instead and recall in that bush. It's possible that Kha'Zix checks over here instead then for me. Oh my. Gotta be careful of that Thornmail Rush Rammus, man. You gotta respect it. No problem. It's possible I get a plate off of that. In this case, I'm able to push because the ping the ward. The wave was in a position where I could push. Don't want to fling him too soon, but I do want this plate. I'm probably not going to get it. Yeah, I'm not going to get it. I'm going to get taunted off of it. I don't think we're killing him, bro. Maybe we are. He has Thunder. Cool, very nice. Well done. There's Kiana right here. I'm not super afraid of her, but I will try and protect my Wukong. Wait, she can bounce that off of me? XD moment? Alright, kill her. Nice. Unfortunate bot lane moment, but I did get the kill on her, so. Pop another auto attack on the turret. Fleet will heal for full value on towers and monsters. Not on lane minions, but towers, monsters, champions, Dragon Baron, Herald, inhibitors, and Nexus, technically. But if you're right-clicking Nexus, I hope you've won the game by that point. Kha'Zix sees me, he just instantly ran into his jungle, so he's either looking at me or he's looking at his camps. Either way, I gotta leave. He's looking at his camps, no problem. Could go for this tower, technically, but I don't know where anyone is for sure. So it's time to leave. I am 9.9 CS per minute here, which is kind of thick. Versus that comp, I think I'm gonna go Rylai's first, actually. It is quite good versus their team. Okay, Rylai's is achieved. I have a flank TP here, but I don't have ult. That's the only issue. If I want to flank this, I'm gonna need my R, and my Yasuo's getting super hard chunked out anyway, so. Oh shit, Ezreal eat forward, let's go. Phantom fling. Got his ass, let's go. Do I kill this guy as well? I'm not ISO'd, but I feel like it's kind of risky. Kiana gets him with the R. Nice, big plays, man. The Zerathus is still trying to trunk me, but I'm not super worried about it. We should force Herald on spawn. Oh, but they have third dragon coming up. That's kind of painful. So at this point in the game, your laning phase is basically over, and you need to make more of the better decisions for your team. What those decisions are is going to be dependent on your game state. But take into account that I am very strong right now, and I want to force objectives. We can do this Herald before the dragon spawns. We have time. The Yasuo is here. We should do it together. And then we can throw Herald down mid if we want to. We have 45 seconds. We should be doing this right now. Let's go ahead and grab this. We have time. I'm going to try and grab the bug as well. Heal up with my fleet here. Help maintain full HP. Then we will have this right before drag. Very nice. Now I can Herald mid. I don't have teleport, so I'm not going to go into side lane. I'm just going to go straight to my team. And we're going to force dragon, hopefully with the Herald in mid. That is the goal. Because if they overforce dragon, I'm just going to pop Herald. I'm going to throw it down right now, actually. My Wukong is top. I don't know why he's top. We need to be over here on drag. Okay, well, I'm assuming that they're already on, dodge the Xerath W or Xerath E. Got the fling, kill him. Oh man, dude, I don't know. I don't know why my Wukong was not there. That's super unfortunate. That really sucks. That was a very, very good fight for us. I even had the Herald in mid, so they were like separated. Him going to Grump there is really stupid, but it's okay. You're not gonna have like perfect teammates either. It is what it is. It's also a Cloud Dragon, so it's recoverable. Sucks. That should have been a one fight, but it's recoverable. It is what it is. As you can see, at this point in the game, I have to help my team a lot. So I did lose my tower first before Rammus, but it's not really something that's under your control if your team is like griefing like this, so. You do what you can. I'll go Demonic third. It'll help burn down everybody. I may end up going Void Staff as well because they're going to start stacking MR probably sometime soon. Rammus not so much, but I assume they will. We can probably kill this guy. I have Rylai's. I assume he's going to push like a monkey. You never know.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
He might just assume that he's unkillable. Which I could totally see. Good interrupts. Nautilus is here. Oh, rip. Okay, whatever. We can go for top tier 1 as a team. We can do this together. We probably should. I have TP for mid if we need to take it. I'll TP on a mid tier 2 if I need to. I think we're good here, though. Okay, here's tower. Here's team engaging. I'm looking at it. I'm watching. Don't need a TP. Should be fine. Okay, watching map. Looking for engage. We have mid tier 2. I'm going to go to my team. The Rammus is looking to flank. So I'm going to stand a bit further back. Oh. I don't get him. He's queuing out. No problem. We can force Baron here, maybe. It's totally possible. I'm going to ward deep for Baron. Gonna recall for my Demonic. If they engage on me, I am ready. Standing down here a bit. Good chunk on Kiana. There's a Kha'Zix with a flank, which I'm not super afraid of him, but we gotta be careful. Okay, back off of that. We're too late for that. I need to get my Demonic. So I'd like to do that if possible. I have TP, so I'm good to recall here. Kha'Zix is really being aggressive here. Okay. Red ward for the Baron. That is part of your responsibility as Singed. Normally top laners only buy pink wards, but with Singed, you definitely can because your item spikes are kind of like big, so... Or I should say your recipe costs are kind of big, so it's like kind of okay for you to buy them. Okay, I'm under vision. I'm gonna back off a second. I'm gonna walk back up here. Drop a ward, trying to prevent them. There's a Kha'Zix over here. I see him. I'm gonna flank him up here. Should be able to get him. Good Yasuo R. I flung a minion. I'm so bad at this game. Their whole team is here, unfortunately. But Xerath griefed. Kill him! Very nice. I think I just killed this guy. I'm gonna stop move on him until he burns from my poisons. And he's dead. Very nice. Force Baron here, maybe? The Kha'Zix is alive, but we should be able to do this. We have a pink ward, so I don't think he has vision of it. Or he shouldn't, at least. Okay, we should have vision of him. If he walks up, I'm gonna W. Okay, we can't do this without Xayah. Or without Kai'Sa, I should say. I see him with my poison. Okay, he jumped over. We should be good to do this. His jump is down. We should have this. Nice, we got it. Cool. Good job. Back off. We have Dragon in 55. Want to make sure we have that. I do have teleport advantage for this. I'm gonna go ahead and grab. Do I need Death Cap. They don't really have too much MR purchased, but I will go Death Cap just to kill the Kiana Ezreal faster. I have TP. He should go drag. Okay, he's not listening. That's fine. People sometimes don't listen, so I guess we'll just go mid. The correct play is for the top laner to go top here with teleport, so I can pressure the map. But he just kind of wants to do his own thing, so that's okay. Yeah, I don't have Ghost, so I can't go super hard in the fight. Rammus is a little bit of a flank, gotta be careful. They might try and focus me down here too, I gotta be careful. Here's Ezreal. I'm level 16, that's a big level spike. Okay, I'm gonna walk over here. Xerath is right there. Here's Kha'Zix. Xerath not watching, kill, easy. Huge chunk, big damage. Okay, just go drag here, just go drag here. There's 2 dead, we grab it. There's Rammus, I'm gonna zone him out. Looking good. Always make sure you have that enemy vision quick ping hotkeyed, because I hotkeyed to my middle mouse button. The scroll wheel click, because it lets you just ping instantly whenever you see a ward go down. It can save your team's life, which is important, believe it or not. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and run with the wave because I have Baron. You only really need to empower the first couple. Don't worry too much about the back. Okay, just create some space for my team here. That's all I'm gonna do. I don't think we're strong enough to siege this, so we probably should just leave, actually. I'm more comfortable leaving here. It's fine. Totally okay. We solved their Dragon 3 take. Okay, Rammus dies. Watch for the Ezreal ult, damn. Gotta back off Kiana here. She'll look for us. 1-for-1's not terrible. Just gotta be careful. There's Kiana. And there's also part of the reason why I wanted to go top. The wave showed up, and then we had to all leave, and then we got picked on leaving. Kinda sucks. Okay, well, I gotta go mid now. My team died. I do have Ghost, so if we fight, that will be helpful. I don't know if we're going to, though. Ideally, I want Kha'Zix to, or Wukong to eat a crowd control. Probably not gonna happen, but... I'm going because Xerath stun's down, so we just run him down like a dog. He'll die. He'll die. These two will die. And Kiana dies to predict her jump. I see her with my Q. It's a Quadra. This Rammus TP just to die. I'm denying his Q. That's why I'm running around like that. Denying his Powerball. Then we look for Inhib Tower here. As soon as that Xerath stun missed, they have no other peel besides Kiana ulting and then potentially wasting it. Or she didn't have her her blue stun thing. I don't know what it's called. When her weapon glows blue and she puts you into an ice block. That thing. She didn't have it, so I just go on that. There we go. That's mid inhib, very good. Time to leave. I can grab a death cap here. Can potentially also just go Magi's, which would be kind of hilarious with this. I'm gonna grab the next wave here. Be a little bit greedy. I've earned it. Okay, hopefully they back off as well. I'm gonna grab this camp as well, actually, with the goal of also buying Magi's. It's my AP. I'm 411 AP right now. Okay, very nice. Make sure you take these plants if you can. I didn't talk about that earlier, but you definitely can take plants. All right, here's my decap. Death cap. Do I have Medjai's money? I do not. Oof. All good. Okay, holding my TP. My team is kind of trying to int. I'm not really sure what's going on. Here's Ezreal running down mid. Don't want to lose your home guard. Oh, I have 660 AP. I'll have more if I get a 20 stack Magi. It's 25 stack actually, but yeah. Need to buy it first now. Ramus is looking for an engage. Not gonna find it easily, but Nautilus is getting poked out. I have Ghost in 30 pretty soon. I think he's going Even Shroud as his mythic. That's the Even Shroud build path, or the new Even Shroud build path. Careful of the Powerball. Okay, this guy's inting. We just look for the Ezreal who walked up for his Q, or his ult, and he is dead, and then everyone else dies because you were singed with 5 item death cap, and they can't do anything about you, so I'm gonna go mid and try and end the game because Kha'Zix is over here being a dummy. And I'm just gonna go for it because I totally can. He's still not getting out. They jumped on him. And just like that. Very nice. All right, let's check out the post-game screen. See all my damage and whatnot. As you can see, proxying is a bit of a faster cadence. The rhythm is essentially the same, but just how often you're making decisions is a little bit faster. But if you are able to perform the old proxy, you should be able to perform the new proxy just fine. All right, let's see what we got. Advanced details, graphs. I have done the highest damage of the game, 31.5k. Very nice. And my CS per minute, or just my CS in general, was 7.7 per minute that game, so not terrible. Ramus was 6.2, so I was quite a bit higher. The game went for 28 minutes, so I got like 100 and however much more CS, so very nice, guys. Love to see it. On to the next one. Alright guys, so generally on the red side start, here is my example of this. Does that make or die? I'm not sure. On the red side start, you generally want to try and get into this bush. You want to walk through your top side, go through here and get in this bush if you can, especially if you're going to look for level 1 proxy. If the enemy top laner isn't here before, or if they walk into this bush to try and like see if they want to check just to get a 5 point, then you go ahead and back off. You don't want to really fight anyone level 1 as Singed unless you have teammates with you. But what you're going to do is you're generally going to poke up here, and you're going to watch and see if they're waiting here. And if they're waiting there, then you can't enter their jungle to look for level 1 proxy. You have to back off. But what we're going to do here instead, because it looks like they are leashing, is I'm going to go ahead and drop my ward. I'm going to walk around. If he wants to fight me, I am totally down, but I have Prio on the wave, so I also have Phase Rush if I need to use it to get out. So I'm going to kite back a bit here. He's going to chase me. I'm willing to ghost here if I need to. Go ahead and pop Phase Rush, get him in poison, and just clear the wave out. He has backed off once I've phased, so in this situation, I'm actually going to be able to hold my ghost, which is good. And level 1 wave is secured, which is super nice. He dropped a ward there, no problem. I'm going to go back in for more anyways. I don't think he realizes that once he chases me on wave 2, he's going to lose way more than he normally would. So I see Wukong on my ward, so I'm not going to walk near the wall. He can jump over the wall on his level 2 or level 3 and start trying to kill me. So what I'm going to do instead is just try and get around the wave here. Or sorry, try and get around the wall there. I have the ward on him to see if he's going to walk down or if he's going to walk right. If he walks right, then he goes for the camp. I believe he's walking right there. Unless he is Giga Brain on my vision and is able to outplay it by walking back around, go ahead and ghost. Ah, he got me, he got me. That's okay. That's okay, no problem. We got the Wukong flash there. I got most of that wave as well, actually, which is kind of crazy. Does Twitch kill? He does kill, very nice. Go ahead and grab a ward, not a ward here, sorry, boots here on the TP. It is Ignite Pantheon, so I do have a TP advantage going into the rest of the game, which is nice. And one thing you do have to be aware of, it is now much harder as Singed to walk. This is the main thing that's changed on red side, is it is harder now for you as Singed to walk around this jungle area unless you have enough, 1, AP to clear the wave in front of their tower as it exits, and 2, enough movement speed to move around this wall effectively, because this next wave is going to move so fast that unless you have like Swifty boots plus AP, you really cannot effectively catch the wave coming as it enters that area right there next to where you normally exit the jungle. It's possible, but you have to have tier 2 or Swifty boots. You don't really need celerity, but I took phase rush this game for the celerity just to help illustrate it, to get around the wall, but it is a little bit more timing oriented. So here's Veigar on me, ready to fling and just run. Phase rushes up, and I am out. Now Pantheon's gonna lose 2 melee minions, at least, maybe 3. Wukong is going for this crab, but because he chased me there, he loses 3 melee minions, and he actually is gonna lose, I believe, a ranged minion as well. Man, brutal. Yeah, people are definitely punished more for chasing you now when you are Proxy Singed. And my bot lane killed Ezreal because they're support roam top lane, so looking good. I'm going to be a little bit greedy. I'm just going to buy AP here. And that is a nice change about this. What's funny, though, is Singed win rate did go down, and I think that might be... I don't think the patch is like that much worse for him than last patch, but in high elo, his win rate went from 52.5% to like 49%. And I don't think that the champion's like worse. I just maybe feel like people are bad at managing waves on Singed and like understanding like macro and things like that. Because a lot of people just see him as like a brain off champion when that's really not true. You have to like really be thinking about a lot of different things, especially when you're proxying. You're always thinking about like support roams and jungle movement and mid movement and stuff like that, right? So you gotta be careful. The mid lane change, or sorry, the side lane minion change for movement speed to help deny mid lane roams doesn't really apply to you when you're proxying because you're behind the tower, so they can roam on you anyways, right? Something to be aware of. It is 450 in the game, so I don't want to be spamming autos on the tower just yet. I'll drop a ward back here for Pantheon just to keep an eye on him. At 5 minutes exact, drop 1 auto on the tower because the tower protection is gone. He recalled, so I'm actually ahead of him by 20 CS because I pushed that entire wave into the tower. We are already hard out macroing this guy, which is awesome. You'll love to see it. Okay, on the next cannon wave, you see how low that plate is? I'm going to try and attempt to grab that, that plate. Okay, Pantheon walking down. Okay, I'm out of it. Okay, I see Wukong. Phase is up. I get the level. Oh, I died to what now? Electrocute. Rip. You hate to see it. All good, all good. Potentially I could have lived there with if no electrocute, but it's whatever. Alright, I don't get that plate, but it's okay. I want Swifties against that team. I kind of want Swifties, but I might go Tabby. I'm not sure. I am going to grab Potion here. I'm not going to buy Ruby Crystal yet because I'm not sure if I want to go tier 2 boots or if I want to get Robo components first, but I'll see how it goes. Should be A-okay. I'm gonna keep on moving. Because home guards apply when you respawn, you can't make it back to your lane. I'm gonna look for Pantheon here. If I can deny his back, that would be great. I'm willing to take damage on my health bar to deny a recall there. Because his ability to kill me there is kind of limited. He's not full HP, full mana. So even if I take damage to try and deny him the recall, it's mostly fine. I think he ulted, or no, he stopped his back. So he was backing, but he stopped his back. You can tell because he only has 1 potion charge. XD moment. Alright, Twitch, I see you, Twitch. Good job. Did what he could. If this guy wants to recall without losing his next play, he's gonna have to ult back to tower. I don't know if he wants to do that because he probably wants to ult bottom or ult mid. So we'll wait and see. Okay, this is a cannon wave. I want to potentially look for this tower play, but I want him to use abilities on the tower first. I'm going to wait in Fog of War until he cues the wave. There it is. Now I just walk up and start autoing the tower. Oh, 5 HP in the tower. That's brutal, man. I should auto it one more time. All good. Can maybe grab it on this next wave. I have to walk around, though. If I can get in range of it, I'll get it. He's looking for me over there. Does he see me over here, though? No, I missed it, rip. All good, all good. It's not gonna be perfect every game. You're gonna have to play around with it and see what works best for you, but it is what it is. No problem. No problem. Still not sure if I want tier 2 boots or not yet. I'm gonna go ahead and buy Ruby Crystal. Nice part about the patch though is that your mana will respawn so much faster, or will regen so much faster in the fountain now, which is super nice. My cat is yelling for attention or food, probably both. Your mana will respawn a lot faster in the fountain, so you're able to just keep up this higher tempo really easily. Like the Pantheon has a kill on me, but I'm 13 CS up, right? I should be 2 plates up on him as well, but I didn't really get those, so it's not that big of a deal. But I am 16 CS up now. He still is not recalled, so he's potentially killable. I have such a huge item advantage here. I say we go for it. Yeah, Evelyn's in the area, and I want to kill this guy. Don't give him the jump. Alright, just miss everything, Evelyn. That's totally fine. I'm gonna ghost for this. We're gonna go. Don't give him the stun. Evelyn whiffs her R, no problem. And we kill her. Love to see it. Or we kill him, I should say. It's like they killed Vhagar at least. I'm gonna get a 3rd plate here, which is technically my 1st plate, but it's a 3rd plate. I could TP bottom, but I actually can't because I don't have any mana for my ult, so... Or my ult is down, I should say, but I don't have mana for my other abilities. Not that big of a deal. Pantheon's respawn, he will look to ult on me here. He's gonna ult when the wave is thin, so he has more of a chance to get the tower aggro and kill you, so... I'm just gonna back off over here. I'm gonna run towards Evelyn, that way if he guesses an ult on me, then I'm at least able to have her help, but... If he's not ulting, I'm gonna go ahead and take the next plate. He's holding it, yeah, looks like. Okay, Eve is here. He ignited me, I think I lived though. Watch for the Ezreal R. I think I'm good. Oh, does he kill her? No way, right? You hate to see it. You just hate to see it, whatever it is, what it is. Alright, Roa is up. Pretty fast, Roa. Game's looking a little rough, but I think we'll be fine. What does he have? I'm gonna go ahead and TP top. I don't want him to get any plates on me. Evelyn sacrificed me there, so that's okay. He's 70 CS, I'm about to be 100 CS. So I'm up quite a bit of farm. Like, even in this chaotic game state, I'm 9 CS per minute, right? As you can see with my Professor performance tracker. Almost 10 CS per minute, actually, kind of crazy. W there to make him back up to his tower. He's looking at me trying to walk past the tower. Take a little bit of damage there, whatever it is what it is. I could have fought back, but... He outranged me a bit. My fault. All good. Okay. Dodge that.
It's nearly time.
There's his Q again.
An ally has been
Can't get him there. No worries.
Killing spree.
Alright, Evelyn, good job.
Shut down.
I think they tried to dive Ezreal and died. That's kind of rough. Oof. Alright, gonna look for a proxy here. Pantheon's looking at me. I'm not super worried, but something to consider. Whenever you fling, always try and run perpendicular in this case. Or sorry, perpendicular, yeah. Parallel, I don't know. Just run in the direction that he can't put his stun on you. If you don't make a perfect straight line away from them, then you're gonna get hit by the stun there. Alright, as far as boots go, I'm probably looking at Swifties this game. They just have a lot of mixed damage. They have Ahri Vhagar for AP, and then they have Pantheon that's AD but doesn't really auto-attack, then Ezreal has AD but he autos a little bit, and then Wukong is like their heaviest auto-attacker, so, I mean, it's not really worth going tabby. I can, but it is what it is. Always trying to pay attention to where everyone is. The Wukong is only 53 CS, he's 3-1-5, but as far as farm goes, like, we're actually ahead of them in total team gold, which is a little crazy, considering we're down like a bunch of kills, but most of that differential is probably me being 9 CS per minute on the Pantheon, as well as having 2 plates. Technically 4, but for what it's worth too. The Pantheon ulted mid, or he just roam mid, I think. I'm not sure what happened actually, but I'm gonna look for the Tower of First Blood here because he is not here. That is a very punished realm. They're gonna probably Herald mid, but I got Tower of First Blood, so we should be ahead in gold again. No, we're gonna be down 200. All good. All good, all good, all good. Down 100, actually. Can I fight this Wukong here? I'm actually not sure. He's gonna want to go back towards mid. Okay, he's leaving here. I was hoping we could catch him, but unfortunately we can't. Go ahead and goes for the reset here. I'm gonna get it. Just to chase the Wukong down. Got the fling. Get his ass. Nice. Double kill for me. I'll let them kill that ward because I don't want to risk dying a Pantheon for that. My health is low. Big double kill for me. Okay. Watching for Pantheon here. His ult might be back up. He has Eclipse. So he has a little bit of CDR. He has 15 ability haste on that. And there he is. He maybe flashes on me here, but I'm not super afraid of him. Just gonna grab this wave and then dip out. I'm looking pretty strong. Do I go Rylai's here? I'm not sure. I can go for a very fast item number 2, Zhonya's or Demonic. I might go Demonic because they have double divers. We'll see. We will see, boys. I could just go Rylai's, but I think I'm gonna lean towards Demonic here, actually. I want to make sure that the Wukong and the Pantheon die when they go in, because it's going to be harder for me to hit the Ezreal with the Veigar cage available. Dragon's in 38. I'm down to their Veigar. Just TP him and time that. Dragon's in 38. I'm just going to try and play around my team here. And prep for Drag. It's like Twitch lived, which is good. Oh. This is rough.
Enemy killing spree.
At least Veigar took it, I guess. I'm gonna ward inside the pit. I don't think you guys are gonna get that Ahri, man. I'm gonna be real. They did get her, actually. Cool. My Twitch almost got killed by the Ezreal ult. Debate the cage, walk left, dodge the W, eat the Q, but I want to force drag before Wukong can get to it. I have a ward on it, thankfully. Okay, watching for the cage. I have TP if they engage on Yasuo and use it. It's not the best TP ever, honestly, but put the fling on him here. Don't want to give him the he jumped back in for Yasuo. He's gonna die for that. Nice, 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 nice. I still want to force this dragon, but no one's cooperating with me, so just gonna grab this crab. Veigar will try and steal it, most likely, so I'm going to try and kite it back towards the left. I don't know, my team is forcing that mid-tier one so hard we can't get it. Crab is important if you can grab it. Because Eve should be able to help us here. I want to drag it out more. That's not dragging it out. That is staying inside the pit. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted. Eve is coming, so we should just have this. The phase rush is up, phasing through. I can't win that fight, so I'm just gonna back off. Wait, they killed Ezreal. Nice, that's huge, actually. The Wukong is there, though. I gotta back off. He kills him. He kills him, I think. Huge, yeah, very nice. I can't help you here. I can't help you here, Yasuo. I can help you. Unless he just kills the Wukong, man. Unless he's just a god. That definitely helps. So we're ahead of them by 2.2k. Thank you, Porafester. I appreciate that. And while I very much do appreciate this, the stats tracker, you can totally close it if you hit the hotkeys, Alt Shift X. Because sometimes you really don't want to see how far ahead or behind you are. It can take you kind of out of the zone sometimes. But for the purpose of demonstration, and some people really do like having the stat tracker up, I'll leave it up. No problem. Alright, building towards Rylai's here. We do lose that bot tier 1, unfortunately. I had to recall, but all good. I am 9.5 CS per minute, man. My CS is going crazy. Let me see. I'm potentially going to be 100 CS ahead of the Pantheon here. I did not do any double proxies this game or last game, but you really only want to look to double proxy. I'm going to address it here if your mid laner is roaming bottom. Or if they're dead. Either situation is acceptable. But if your mid laner is in lane and they're just farming, then probably don't. The only exception is if they're frozen on it and they can't unfreeze it by themselves. Then you can double proxy to help them unfreeze, but not the biggest fan of this fight, honestly. We can probably bear, is that Herald? Yeah, it's Herald. I want to take it. I have Demonic Ear, so I'll melt this thing. Dodge the autos. My team is skirmishing in mid for some reason as we're heralding, so just gonna ignore that. This is the correct play. I'm gonna try and yoink it though. Okay, yeah, they were about to go for it, so I'm glad that we got it. Team skirmishing like that while we're clearly doing herald is a bad idea, but that's not our fault, we can't control it. Wukong wants the flank in mid. Phase rush through. Do I live? Tell me I live. Oh, it's brutal. It was like pixel perfect on that Veigar KG got me. Hate to see it. But we got another kill on Ahri there. Huge TPs. Love to see it. Okay. Maybe get mid-tier one off that because their Veigar is hopefully low. I didn't see how low he's low as hell. Man, I knew that I was poisoning him. I didn't really pay attention to his health bar though, because my main concern was to get out. My vision wasn't on him. My actual vision, not like the game vision. Alright, looking good. I do have the Herald still too, which is awesome. Sell the potion at this point, don't really need it. With a fully stacked or almost fully stacked Roa, it's just what is it, 300 health that you get out of it, 280 even. I'm not even sure how much it is. It's not worth it at this point. Better to have the Yamp Tome in your inventory. Kate Dragon a minute. I do have TP advantage on the Pantheon, so we're going to use that and pressure top a bit. At this point with Demonic Row, I can just nuke this camp really quickly. Kite it still so you don't take excessive damage, but in general you kill these pretty fast now. Yasuo is probably dead here. Can't do much about it. Man should not be up that far at this stage in the game. Especially not by himself. They're probably going to force that. I mean, we can maybe potentially just force Baron off of that. Got my Roa level up. I'm 2 levels on the Pantheon, which is super good. Okay, they're jumping forward. I'm going to TP. A little bit of a flanky here, looking for Ezreal. I know he eat forward. She'll die to poison, not worried about her. Ezreal dies. Then this guy is just stuck in poison. I have Phase Rush. Phase Rush past him. Veigar, you little rat. I'm going to get you. Where are you going? You little rat. Please go ahead and die, thankfully. You do. I'm going to be super greedy and just go ahead and Herald mid-tier 2. And then we take this. Twitch and Yasuo should be able to get the dragon. Love it. Very nice. Maybe even get a tier 3 charge. Maybe potentially even take tier 3. Huge. Okay, I want to avoid taking the inhibitor this early if we can. It's only 21 minutes, 22 minutes. But getting 2 towers is very good. I can grab this camp as well. At this stage, I have 303 AP and % max health damage. I have so much damage, I can just clear these camps pretty quickly. Zone him off, though. Not that fast. Hey, nice Raptors. Not for you, though. Never mind. Okay, they moved their pink, so I'm going to go ahead and leave. I think it was Veigar. That was a very stingy pink move. Actually see where he put it, too. That's hilarious. They're going to be near bottom. Okay, Rylai's is up. Probably go for decap here. They're not really buying MR, so death cap is fine. The Veigar can potentially be an issue if I get caged, but that's going to be the case no matter what I buy, really. Except for maybe if I buy a QSS, but I'm not going to do that here. You can. You can, so it's an option. but there's Singed generally has better options now these days than going QSS and whatnot and janky, super jank builds like that you used to do like multiple seasons ago, right? Items are slightly fleshed out compared to back then. Not as good as Season 10, I think. Season 10 was like the peak of itemization in League. I'm level 16 at 23 minutes. Let's force this Baron. I'm strong. I'm so strong here. We should force this. My Eve and Thresh are fighting, so I have to walk over here, unfortunately. When I really want to just be doing Baron. Don't know why she's doing this, but that's totally fine. She's grounded, kill her. Easy. The Veigar just panic flash, he's gonna die. You're donezo, kid. I'm gonna get you too. Very nice. I have a ghost reset, I'm gonna keep going here. Ah, he flashed and E'd. Hate to see it. I believe Wukong dies. Twitch autos, very nice. Can zone this guy off of his turn at least. Look for a Nexus tower or two. He dies. Nice assist. Onto the charm. There's her E or her Everfrost thing. She ignited me, which is interesting. Okay, no problem, we can back off. She has a bit of a reset here, gotta be careful of that. Nice, well done. Okay, I'll take the blue on the way out, blue is up. The blue is not up, rip. Get back out. Mr. Twitch got greedy for the Raptor camp. He's like me. Except he's not like me, because I wouldn't have died there. Maybe I would have, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to take Evelyn's blue buff here. No, I'm not, actually. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to walk over to Baron, because they can force Baron. What am I doing? I'm autopiloting. They probably are on it. Oh, yeah, they're on it for sure. Because they're not clearing this wave. They're not clearing this wave, so they're on Baron. 100%. Phase Rush is procced. But these two are dead. I'm gonna get this Ezreal too. Where are you going, brother? Brother man. Another Phase Rush proc. Lovely. And that's Baron off of 4, just like that. The team is looking mid. Wait, I have Death Cap here. I'm gonna go back and buy it before I TP down the game. From 439, 615. Big AP spikes. Death Cap does give the 40% AP now, so thanks, Riot. Ah, rip, she flashed it, whatever, all good. Casual 300 damage autos to towers. May we have to back out? That is possible, we may have to. That Wukong is like just walking through my Death Cap poison though. All good, we can grab Dragon. All good. Looks like Eve wants to go for the Nexus back to her. This is a bad idea. She might get it though, it's low enough, she can probably get it. Oh, they have a pink ward on it, damn. They're gonna see her. Maybe before she gets to it. Oh, she wants it. Look where she's standing. She have to she ulted out, okay. I want to go for this drag, but what are they doing? They are on Evelyn, so yeah, I'm just help Twitch out here. And Twitch is pretty fat, so he should be able to do this really quickly. Very nice. Clear this wave out. I don't think a single person on their team can 1v1 me right now. If I die, it's gonna be from going under their tower and like tanking 4 people. But the odds of a 1v1 death right now are so low. Is it pink in that bush or a blue ward? One of the two. There's Ahri. Can't only push against a Baron to Ahri. Just both? There is both. They get objective bounties at 28 minutes. I'm 9.75 CS per minute, though. Farm is huge this game. You know what? I'm gonna grab this camp, too. More CS. The Pantheon's so scared, doesn't even want to walk up to me. He knows I'm gonna nuke him.
It's nearly time.
Okay, team's looking mid. We can get bottom here. We don't really need to force the Nexus if they're not comfortable with it. We can do either or. Okay, they're engaging on my team. I'm gonna walk up. She's died. She's dead. She's out of ult charges. She dies there. He's dead. But Thresh took it, no problem. All you, baby. I did 0 of that damage. Deserved. If a death was ever deserved, that's the one. Okay, I can't end the game here. I'm gonna take the inhibitor though. Yeah, that's the one that's deserved, I think. I can't really push that bottom. They have 3 up, so I'll just take the blue buff and exit out. I'm 10.3 CS per minute now. Been waiting for this delicious blue buff all game. It's mine. Alright, I guess I'll go Cosmic. Because I only want to get a 0-stack Magi's. Wait, if you buy Magi's, does it start with 10 stacks? It does not. It starts with 0 if you don't have a Dark Seal. That'll be cool. What cool way to buff it is to start with 10 stacks. Might be super OP though if it did that. Here's the Cosmic. I have 788 AP without the potion. Because Cosmic gives 100 AP now. You do have to auto attack like when it's 2 or 3 stacks to get the movement speed buff, like to maintain on your poison for a bit. As far as I'm aware, it's still bugged though. Because the way it's supposed to work is it's supposed to like perma apply only on your poison is what Riot Freak said. The writer who updated it. But it doesn't actually do that. You have to actually stop an auto like several times to get the buff to stay. And the way he said it was you were supposed to be able to just auto like 0 times and have it fully available. I think I just walk up and hit this, no? I do. Okay, Veigar's looking for the cage. I walk down. We have supers in mid and top that are running in. Eve got caught. I'm gonna save my R here for the last moment. I'm doing 600 damage per auto to this inhibitor, so just take it. Ooh, I'm CC'd a bit. But you are in my poison of death, man. 928 AP. Watch for the charm, watch for the Everfrost. Oh, I'm stunned, Fling. I'm not afraid he's gonna die of poison here. Is he actually, though? He's not, rip. But I do so much damage, I think I just kill this. Walk out. Auto, easy, GG. 10.1 CS per minute, oh my god, dude. On the red side, too, love to see it. As you can see, people will lose a bit more CS when they chase you, which is nice. That is definitely a good change. What was Pantheon's CS at the end there? I gotta see. Very juicy. Very fun. Alright, what did I get? Scoreboard, my CS per minute. 10 on the scoreboard. Pantheon had 6.8, but it's actually 10.25 as we saw on, I think it was 10.25? I don't know, on the Professor. What an opportunity it is then to show you the actual stats tab. According to Professor, I was actually... Oh, that was the previous game. One sec. It is not loading. Totally fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. Highest damage in the game, 10 point, however much CS per minute. Very good. And then, yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them, and I'll try and either make a video about it or just answer it directly in the comments. But hope it was insightful. Hopefully that gives you guys a little bit less, or solves some potential doubts or anxieties that people are having about the new patch being somewhat of a change for Proxy. So thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one.